work, hard work, hard work, hard work.
What up, YouTubeverse? Your boy TIM, aka Tim Diggity. All right, I'm back. It's been a little bit. So I just realized that I never changed out the charging port on the Y10. Remember, I took one out and flipped it over, or used it on the side with the X7. But when they sent me the replacements, I never put the new one that they sent. I didn't put it back in the Y10, or I didn't put it in the Y10. So I was always charging with just with one plug. So I mean, today, since it snowed again, you know, and the weather is brick out there, it's like 12, 15, I don't know, maybe 20 degrees. It's cold. So I figure I'd come out here and mess around with the Y10, put it on video, you know, let you guys see what all I'm still dealing with. Although it's partly my fault. It could have been resolved by now because they, you know, everything's good. So yeah, so stand by. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything up, get all my stuff ready, get all my tools out, get my gloves, you know, show you what YUME has sent me, just to recap what they had sent me. All right, and I'll be back. All right, peace. YouTubeverse, on back here. All right, so let me show you what I got, right? This is what YUME sent me, right? So this is the plug. I don't know if this one's used or if it's a new one. I'm pretty sure I put a little tie or whatever in there so that reminds me that that's the new one. But that's real quick and simple. So here are my two chargers. They sent me a couple of these, you know, non-stick YUME thingamajiggies because I had to tear it up right there. So I can put them on there. Of course, you know, I got my glove, my 4mm tool, hex tool, wrench. Well, I don't know, it's not a wrench, so tool, whatever. 19 millimeter socket. You know, that's for this nut right here. You know, that's what actually holds the charge port tight and flush to the actual deck itself. So, all right, so I got it up on my jack as usual. You know, so they're my little bike in the X7. You know, one day I'll be able to get outside. One day I'll be able to get back out there. But it's I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's cold out. It's cold out. So anyway, got my jack up as high as I can get it. You know, I'm not trying to kill my back. You know what I mean? And we'll just get to it. So just the FYI, hopefully the light's not too bright in there. Yeah, it is. So I'll show y'all here anyway. Got damn near full charge, and this thing hasn't been on the charger in sheesh, 2 weeks maybe. But that just shows you, you know, these things hold their charge. So come over here to the X7, show you the same thing. You know, so that one's 84 because it's 84 volt, and the bike that's charged too. Look at my scrapes, man. I took that L, bruh. Anyway, it is what it is, right? So let me get this ready. Once more, I'm gonna get it set up so the camera's pointing down on what I'm doing. Hopefully not too much light is blinding for it or whatever, or no shadow. And you guys can see what I'm about to be getting into. It shouldn't take long anyway. All right, right back. So here we go. So as usual, I'm gonna take out these screws right here. There's 8 that you see, and then the reason they sent me the replacement is because there's 2 up here that you don't see. And like I said, it's 4mm, you know, little hexa thing majiggy. I got this from Harbor Freight, like I told y'all before. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and pop them loose, remove them. I'm not gonna kill y'all with that, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll be right back. Just a reminder, when you popping the cap up, right? It's got that the little rubber part that's like I guess it helps with the water integrity for inside the deck here. Don't forget, sometimes that'll be stuck on there on the back of this the very first time you take it out. You might have to get a knife and slice under there, or you risk pulling this whole wire harness thing up, which isn't bad because I did that the first time. I just stuck it back down in there. All right, I'm gonna set up and we're gonna get to it. All right. Now, I recommend wearing gloves with some kind of rubber type protection because you're dealing with the battery. Now, I believe this is 52 volts, and that's enough to get you up and jumping like you might be James Brown out here. So here's the thing. You unplug the battery, right? Unplug the battery from the controller. So these are the two controllers. We're not going to get into taking all of them all the way out unless I have to. All right, so I got to move all the wires out the way again, of course, yeah. And I don't know if you can get down there, if you can see down in there, but right there is the top one that I didn't even tighten it up because it was pretty much just a placeholder. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. All right, so it plugs into this one. I left this unplugged, and this is the bottom plug that goes from the actually strike that. This is the actual plug for the port that I'm taking out. So I'm just gonna, it's not, like I said, I never tightened it up because I knew I was gonna be removing it once I got the new ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take it out. If it cooperates, we'll take it out, you know, and just pull it out of there. Now we're gonna be doing some, you know, putting the wires back in place anyway. So, all right, so you pull a little ring, the nut all over the wires, then you just pull the wire out. All right, and I always put those back on there. Just me. And it's also got a little rubber washer in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. So I'm gonna look at the new one and see if it has that. If it does not, I'm gonna take this one off and put it on there. I'm gonna put this on the floor for now though. All right, so I'm going with, this is the new one. You know, I'll find out. If it doesn't work, then I know it's not the new one. Because, yeah, nah, I had it sitting here since, for a couple months now, so that's my bad. But it does have the rubber washer in there, and honestly, the rubber washer, even on, this is the old one, and the same with the new one, it's part of the cap. So it works in twofold. It works as a washer, and it also keeps the cap on there to help from getting unwanted debris in the spot. So pretty much they go in a certain way. I don't know if you can see it again, but it's got little grooves right in there, little grooves, and it slides into us in the hole a certain way. So I'm gonna fish it through first. You know, pretty much just fish it through, and I try to keep it under the wires, but first I'm gonna pull it through and tighten it up, and then I'll make sure that it's under the wires. So like I said, it goes in there a certain way, and I suspect the reason for that is to help with when you go to tighten it down, to help you with that, you know. So I may have to take these gloves off to get this started. Or not. All right, so I was fortunate enough to be able to get it started. And I'm just turning it and turning it and turning it. So, like I was saying, you know, before I do all of that, before I plug or before I put everything back together and walk away, this is the top one. Now I already tested the bottom one, and I know the bottom one works. So this, so I guess I'm gonna have to move these over and out the way. All right, so remember, this is the charger, I mean the controller, and this is what goes from the controller to the battery. All right, so since we know that this is the top port that we're changing right here, right, you can see what kind of plug it should be plugged into. So, and it's coming from the battery as well, so it's just a matter of finding the same plug. And knowing myself, yeah, I just put electrical tape around it just to prevent any kind of arcing or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. It only plugs in one way, which as usual is the opposite way that I'm doing it, but there it is. So it only plugs in one way. Now remember, that's the top one. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plug the battery back to the controller. I'm gonna pull an extension cord over here, and I'm gonna plug the charger into the top. Now, I always suggest plugging it into the scooter first, and then plugging it into your electrical outlet to prevent any kind of short circuiting. I don't know, maybe that's what happened with that X7 that first time. All right, I'll do that and I'll be back. Like I was saying, I always plug it into that into the charging port before I plug it into the outlet, the volt, you know, before I put power to the battery or anything, or power from the wall to the battery. All right, you take that as a advice, however you want to roll with it. All right, folks, so remember I said I was going to try it out before I put it back together. So it turns out the one that I thought was the new one was the old one, and it's the bad one. How did I know? Because what I did was I plugged the charger into this one while it was attached. It didn't do anything. It did what the other one did, which was stayed green. Although the battery, it should have turned red and the fan came on and started to charge, but the light stayed green. So I took the other one and I didn't put it in there, but I just plugged it in and plugged it into the battery. And when I plugged the charger into the outlet, the fan came on, the light was green on the charger itself, which tells me that this one is the bad one. Which, now that I look at it, it looks exactly like the other one, and I'm gonna show you that in a second, what I'm talking about. So where I am right now is pretty much trying to take it off, you know, take it back off of take it back out the scooter, you know, disconnect it from the scooter itself. So that's why I wasn't in a rush to, you know, put it on there, tighten everything up, put the top back on, etc., etc. So also the bottom one, well, no, that's not true. I thought this was the new one because of this little cap right here that is different from this one. You know, the charger that's in there looks like this with no cover, and then this one has a cover on it. So I thought it was you know, that's what it was, but shame on me. Don't assume. You know what that does? Toss that away. I'm gonna stick this one through here, and again, oh, wait. First I gotta take it apart. My bad. Go ahead and take the screw off. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm back, so I'm ready. I had to take the screw off. What I did was the nut. I just put it on the other one, the old one, because you know, you never know. I might be in my mad scientist mode and try to fix that or try and work on it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and insert it through the hole again. You know, again, it's got slots in it, so they want you to put it in a certain way to help when you tightening it down. You know, put that on there. And I will say that you know, without that little cover on there, it doesn't just slide on as easy as it did before. And I know you can't necessarily see what I'm doing down here. I'm trying the one-handed routine here, and it's worked out there. So let me get you a little closer here. So you see what I did? I just put the nut on there and screwed it around, make it flush. All right, so what I'm gonna do, because this is the wire. So actually, I'll show you. Let me just sit you back down there. So this is the wire for that, and then I'm gonna find the wire to the battery. So of course my GoPro died. So like I was saying, this is the wire for the new charging port. I'm just gonna take the wire from the battery itself, and I'm gonna put them together, plug it in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and on the other side, you're gonna see me. I'm gonna walk around to the other side. I'm gonna grab the charger. You know, I just want to verify before, you know, trust but verify that it's gonna be good to go. So, like I said, so while it's unplugged, I'm gonna take the plug part and plug it into the scooter itself. All right. Then I'm gonna plug the actual charger into the outlet. And I got a red light and I got a fan blowing, which means that it's working. So again, the way I do it, I unplug it from the wall, then I unplug it from the scooter. All right. So at this point, it's just a matter of tightening up the nut, you know. So that's where the 19mm ratchet or wrench comes in. My suggestion is unplug that battery again, you know, because there are a lot of shocks in your life. But 52 volts isn't one that I'm trying to have. So You know, the battery's unplugged, nothing's plugged into the battery. You know, I'm gonna pull all my wires for the charging port down on the bottom so they're all on the same edge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten this up. There we go. Again, you can't see it, but that's what I'm doing. Tighten it up. It doesn't have to be Superman tight. It's tight enough where it's not moving, which it isn't, so I'm happy with that. Then I'll go ahead and move these wires over to the side, and I'll show you why in a minute. Because although I put them on the bottom now, because if you ever go back in here to work on it again, you want to unplug everything first. So I tend to try to keep them towards the top, so that when all the wires are in place, that is, so that I'm able to unplug them before I do anything. So got to take the controller again, and this old crazy rubbery material, which I understand it's, you know, to help so that it doesn't shock you by putting a, you know, some kind of volt charge or whatever. I don't know. I'm talking right now. But yeah, that's what it's for. I'm gonna wrap that in that the way it was. It looks like cheddar cheese now because I done ripped it up. But hoo. All right, so I'm gonna put that back down in there. And like I said, that's your controls. All right. So at this point, I got the battery wires right here. Okay. The charging port wires are sitting right here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tuck all of these. Let me scoot you around a little bit here. Bring you down, scoot you around. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck all of these back in place. Just pretty much just tucking them down in there. You know, keep in mind the rubber, you want the rubber on the top for that little spot I showed you earlier. And there's a little play in here. You got a little bit of gap here for the wires as well. But, you know, I still try to tuck them down a little bit. Now, as far as these, the charging ports, I don't want them over the top two wires for the brake cable and the turn signals, you know, because they have their own rubber seal here for water. As long as I can get to them here, so I'm gonna just go ahead and plug them in. I'm gonna plug everything in actually right now. As long as I can find everything to get plugged in. Might have to take this out and do some, there it is. Do a little bit more maneuvering here. Just to make sure all my wires are in place the way I want them. All right, so got your cables from the battery right here. So I'm gonna plug in the charging ports because, you know, they're easier to get to right now. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of moving things around to get to the battery chargers wires themselves, because they're tucked in this mess of wires, this spider web. So here they are. Boom and bang, they're right there. Boom and bang, they're right there. So let's go ahead and just plug them up. You might get a spark, you know, sometimes you do, most of the times you don't. Again, I know I said, you know, I suggest wearing some kind of gloves with some kind of rubber on them, and I don't have them on right now because I just took them off for one reason and forgot to put them back on. But that's a safety thing. You got to make that decision on your own there as well. All right, so all the wires are plugged back in, right? So now at this point, the only thing left for me to do right now is put the board, the top back on. So I'm gonna grab that out of this right there. Whoops, I'm kicking the camera. So, you know, the cutout part, that's the neck up in the front where the two screws are. And then in the back, I mean, it only goes on one way, so that's not even hard to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws back in, and then we'll be back. I put all the screws back in, put the deck back on. So now I got you over here. I want you to see what I'm doing. So these are the two. All right. Now notice, and again, they're not plugged in. They're not. You can't really see it. Let me get on in there. They're not plugged in. All right. So this is my check because, you know, I like to check. And if you look inside here, they got a little It's a little notch in the circle here that lines with the notch in this charging port. So, you know, if you want to be extra careful, you can just eye that and line it up. Or you can do like I do and just twist it until you find it. You know, so there it is. So that's both of them. So now that they're, I'm gonna turn them like so. Here. Try and give you guys a little visual here. So now that they're set up like so, whoops-a-daisy, they're plugged in, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my little plug, you know, to the wall. So I'm gonna plug one in. And that is the bottom one. It's red, the fan's on. So I know that's working. I'm gonna unplug it. Get that out the way altogether because it's in the way of what I'm doing here, right? All right, so now the top one, the one that I just changed. All right, that's the one I just changed. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in. The light's green and the fan's running. I don't know if you can hear the fan. It's a little fan. It's actually right there, but it's running. So that tells me winter, winter, chicken dinner. So there's that. So the ports are back. The two ports are back in there. Right there, bing bang. So now I got the dual charging thing going on again. Thank you, YUME, for sending me all the stuff. Well, I guess I shouldn't say thank you because, you know, it's just stuff that broke anyway, but at least your customer service was Johnny on the spot and got me everything I needed. So, yeah. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna back the camera up a little bit here, and I'm gonna turn the scooter on and make sure that the back wheel kicks in, the lights, the turn signals, all that good stuff works. So, see if I remember how to do it. It's been a while. All right, so be careful when you use it. All right, get the brake lights. 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3. There we go. So that's the back wheel. I'll bring you over here and we'll do the same thing. Take a look at the front wheel and make sure that the front wheel is working. Try to get my tripod to work like it's supposed to, that is. All right, I don't know if I got it on dual. I do have it on dual. There you go. So I'm happy. Turn signals work, right and left. You know, headlights come on. Yep. All right, let me see something. I think I got a horn on here. Where's the horn at? It's been a while. Got a horn. There it is. Horn works. All right, so. All right, the next thing I got to do is part that I'm really not looking forward to doing, which is peeling off that old sticker and putting on a new sticker. But I do have some goo gunk or glue remover, some goo glee, something. I'm gonna use that to wipe it on there. I just hate doing that kind of stuff. I ain't gonna act like I do. I hate doing that kind of stuff. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, hold tight, peace, hold tight. So this is what I like to do. I put away all my stuff from all my tools and things that I was using when I did the charging port. And now I just got all the tools that I plan on using. You know, I got a little razor, flat razor for scraping, and an extra blade because I'm anticipating that. Needing that. Just some kind of adhesive remover. I don't know where I got it from. And then a little dirty rag to wipe it on, and hopefully it comes right off. All right, so we'll go ahead and get to it. Hold tight. Let me just say, this kind of little tedious little type of stuff, let me back you up here. This kind of stuff really gets to me, man. If it's something I would ever try to avoid, is doing this kind of stuff. Oh my God. I just want to peel this off. Oh, wait. I spoke too soon. Maybe it's gonna work for me. Oh, I hate you. I hate all of you, man. I hate the world right now for this crap, man. Throw that on the floor. God, jeez Louise, bro. Simple stuff, man. The simple things of life are the most difficult to me sometimes. Look at this. I mean, they got that super glue on there. You know what I mean? Come on. Help me out here, man. This is it, though. All right, but let me get back to this because I'm about to, okay. Man, let me tell you. It's the best I can do. That's it. No mas. You know, I'm Roberta Duran. No mas. You know, that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna let it go ahead and dry. You know, I scratched it all up. You can't really see maybe. I scratched it all up, but I mean, it's a scoot, right? So I'm gonna let it dry. Then I'm gonna go ahead and try and put it on there straight. You know, so man, it might be straight to me and crooked to you, but that just means you crooked. Ha! All right, be back again. Here. Okay, so went and grabbed some alcohol. You want to make sure. I mean, that's what they always suggest. If you're gonna use any kind of glue or whatever on a space, to make sure you wipe it down to remove all residue, blah blah blah, and all that. I'm not saying I'm gonna get all that off. But I'm gonna do, you know, you can't say I didn't. I did. Woo-wee. And the beauty of alcohol is it dries rather quick. Man, this reminds me of working back in the hospital. It dries rather quickly there, you know? So I'm gonna put this rag back up there, and then I'll come back and I see some glue I didn't get off. Well, it'll be under the new glue. Come back and do the do. Yep, it's all dry. Yay. It's dry, yay. So this has a sticky under it as well. So go ahead and okay, I gotta cut this. I hate everybody again. Right. Yes, I do. All right, good to go. Thank you, Yumi. Appreciate it. It's nothing like more to do. I didn't need anything else to do, so. And it's peeled. Oh, of course I peeled it at the back part. Why would I peel it at the front? That would make too much sense. You know, why would I peel it why would I peel it up front here to start it off? Or did I? Hold on, take it back. All right, take it back. I take it back. I did peel it up. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm back. I'm good. So, hey, if it's on here crooked, I don't want to hear it. It's just on here, you know. It is what it is. Yep, it is what it is. I just need the non-skid. That's what we call it on the boat. It looks like it might be straightish. Straight enough-ish. Either way, guess what? It's on there. Yeah, it's a little crooked, but I mean, it is a little crooked. And watch it not stick again. I knew it. Something. You know, it's one of them things where you tell yourself, don't do this, and you're gonna, you know, you do it anyway, right? We don't listen to ourselves. Why would we do something like that? If I was to listen to myself, I'd probably listen to myself. That makes sense? It makes sense. I like it. But it is what it is. So you know what? That's Gucci. That's Gucci gold right there. That's that other Gucci. The Gucci gold Gucci. That's the kind of Gucci gold that's like, I'm done with it. No more. So I went and got my handy dandy. Yeah, that. And since I know that this doesn't peel off anymore, I'm gonna just put some slits in it and peel it down where it is, because I know that I don't need to peel it again. like I thought I did the first time. So let's go ahead and become a surgeon. I'm surgical. Yes, that is it. I'm a surgical. So yeah, that looks crazy, but it's on there. Yep. I just swept all this up, now making more. Yes, that's what I wanted. Exactly. Why wouldn't I? If I didn't make a mess, you know, I wouldn't have something to do in between, right? It's a horrible way of looking at it, but you know, I'll take it. Take it for what it is. What's going on down here? Why are you not wanting to seem like you want to stick? You can't win. You can't. Oh, it's nothing to stick to, perhaps. You can't win. So, yep. I mean, but if somebody that deep into the scooter anyway, you can kick rocks. Like, yo, your sticker ain't sticker crooked, dog, and all this and that and the third. Like, bro, peace. Peace out, bro. So, there it is. The sticker's on there, ports are in, everything's working. Yay. All I need now is, you know, all I need now is cooperation. Let me get you there. All I need now is cooperation from the weather folks, the weather gods, so we can get out there, you know, and get this thing in. So anyway, Tim Diggity, aka TIM, do me a favor, like the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Leave comments, give me feedback on what I'm doing here. You know, it's been a minute since I did a video. I didn't just want to put anything out, but you know, it is what it is. All right then, peace.